my name is Jesse Josh, and I want to welcome you to another Common Errors in English. Alright, so we have been treating a lot of common errors in English, and I'm sure that you probably have had arguments with your friend or a colleague or even your teachers about how correct these things are. All right, which is very, very healthy, because sometimes once in a while it's very essential that we have intellectual arguments and intellectual conversations, so that we all progress intellectually in whatever area we're dealing with. Okay, so today is another day of common errors in English, and I hope that you are ready to see some jargons or some nonsense that we've been talking about, and then or that we usually say on a day-to-day basis, and then find a way to drop them and say the right thing. All right? Yeah. So the first one we're going to be looking at today is jam on my nerves or jeer on my nerves. Is it jam on my nerves or jeer on or jeer on my nerves? Is it jar on my nerves or jeer on my nerves? Jar on my nerves or jeer on my nerves. Okay, so let's look at this example. His constant moaning was beginning to jeer on her nerves. Right? That's sentence one. The sentence two is his constant moaning or her constant moaning was beginning to jar on her nerves. Right? Now, when something jars on your nerves, it has an unpleasant or annoying effect. Right? So the word jeer there is one of those to celebrate. They jeered, right, and cheered, right? To jeer is an action, to celebrate, right? So that's basically what jeer means. But when something jars on your nerves, or when something jars on you, it has an unpleasant effect. It has an annoying effect, right? It's annoying to you. So the right word is jar, not jeer. It's jar, not jeer. The next one, join issue with or take issue with. Join issue with or take issue with. Now, I must not join issue with you on this point. That's sentence one. Sentence two, I must not take issue with you on this point. Now, when you take issue with somebody on, about, or over something, it means that you start to disagree or argue with somebody about something. Basically, it's an idiomatic expression. It's not really a plain sentence. It's an idiomatic expression. So when you take issue with someone, you start to argue or disagree with somebody on a particular issue. So the right thing is not join issue with you. I'm not going to join issue with you on this point. I'm going to take issue, or I must not take issue with you on this point. Okay? All right, let's go to another popular one that we have. We have jam or hit. Jam or hit. Let's look at an example. He used his car to jam two students. Yoruba people like this word. Jam. Basically, it's not even just Yoruba people. Nigerians, basically, they like the word jam. Motor would jam. Even I hear it from little kids a lot. Motor would jump you. It's not always jam, it's jump. The motor would jump you. Jump, WAEC. Alright. So he used his car to jam two students, and he used his car to hit two students. Now, as much as it's very, very tempting, because of the kind of society we live in, to say jam, it's not correct. Right? Jam is a kind of food, it's a kind of butter. Jam. Have you heard jam and bread? Jam is a kind of butter you spray on your bread to eat or have breakfast. But to hit means to come against something or somebody with force, especially causing a damage or injury or accident, right? So when you hit something, you come against it with force. You come against something or somebody with force, right? You come against force, and you usually cause damage or injury. So the right statement or the right word is not jam, it is hit. So he says he used his car to hit two students. Okay? Now, is it jargons or jargon? So when you say somebody is speaking jargon, is jargons correct or jargon? right? Let's look at this. Let's look at this sentence so you get a better perspective of what we're talking about. This book is full of many medical jargons. And another sentence, this book is full of many medical jargon. Jargon is an uncountable noun that does not need to be pluralized. It does not mean to be plural. It does not need to be pluralized. It means words or expressions that now people don't even actually know what jargons are or what a jargon is, right? Jargons are basically words. People think jargon is rubbish, right, or nonsense, or something you can't understand. Not necessarily. The concept of not understanding it is there, but it's not rubbish. It's not nonsense, right? Jargon is a group of words, a body of lexicon, a body of grammar that is particular to a group of people and is difficult for others who are not in that group to understand, right? So imagine two medical doctors are talking, right, and someone who is a lawyer is staying, or just even an average person. When these two medical personnel are conversing, right, they'll most likely be talking in medical terms, using medical slangs, using medical terms, right? And the person who is just an average person listening to them cannot understand, not because they are not speaking English. They are, but they are speaking jargon because to that person, to that average person, to that normal person who is not a medical personnel, what they are saying is called jargon because he cannot understand it, and it is particular to their profession. It's particular to everybody in the group of medicine or the medical group. Okay, so that's what jargon is. That's what jargon is, not necessarily nonsense. So jargon does not have an S. It is not jargons. Jargon is jargon. Medical jargon. Okay. So that is that about that. So we have this book is full of medical jargon to be the correct one.